everybody, Dave Nasty here. How you doing? So today we're going to have a really fun Inspired By lesson. Fantastic guitar player, really, great tone, and we're going to have some fun with some vibrato and some really unique kind of hammer-on and pull-off patterns. So everything's going to be based out of E minor. Let's fire up our pinch harmonics and let's have a good time. So, hey everybody, how you doing? So you know what I'm going to say, and it's the best part. Click on the link that you see below in that YouTube text box. What do you get if you click that link? Well, you're going to get a bunch of free information is what you're going to get. You're going to get a coinciding ebook that you would never find anywhere else. You're going to have all kinds of scales and chord diagrams in it. Most importantly, you get a free video not available on YouTube. So if you click on that link below, free video, coinciding ebook, all kinds of good information, and that's all you got to do. One simple click. Here we go. We're going to talk about this pinch feel here. A lot of times I get asked how to do these kind of squeals anyways when I'm mimicking, some of these guitar players that we talk about. So when I execute a pinch harmonic, I'm attacking these things much like we always do. I will say this though, as I turn my body slightly this way, I've just recently switched to these picks here where I really have hardly anything exposed. And I think sometimes it helps me hit them to be a bit more consistent. I will say that. As I pick, my thumb is striking right as the pick does, and I'm on that part of the string. So if you're unfamiliar with pinch harmonics, essentially, when your finger will lightly hit the string, or when your skin lightly hits the string, it's going to create a harmonic. So what we're trying to do is execute that with a pick and the thumb following it thereafter. And depending upon where you go for these suckers, it's going to be different everywhere. Like it's different here. And it's actually easier in a place where the tension is tighter, because you'll find on the guitar it gets like kind of loosey-goosey as you go this way. So a little bit tighter this way. And yes, I said loosey-goosey. So when we're back into here, now what we're going to do is we're going to think about one thing. The vibrato shouldn't happen on the note until the harmonic actually does. If you go to wrench it too soon, you'll kill the chance or the opportunity for the note to be effective. Then we can really move it. And I'm going to pull it. And I scoop really deep into it before I get the vibrato. I think that's part of the characteristic of that guy's sound. So I'm really pulling hard on it, and then I get the vibrato in there right about there. The moral of the story with our vibrato, it's very, very wide. Here's that riff that I was playing at the top of the video in its own context, so that way you can practice some of these pinch harmonics right in this very idea. A little bit of octave right there. We kind of be a little bit different with that. We can put vibrato on that. Practice that yourself and really dig into it, and then immediately try to swing into some of these bigger bends that we have up here in the position of our pentatonic scale. Up here in E minor pentatonic, we're going to talk about resolving with some of these really cool bends. And you can hear some of that kind of, vibrato there. Now I'm going to hammer into that or pick into that from a pickup note there on B. Now I have a Floyd. I'm not on a Les Paul, and I realize this. I mute very heavily when I'm back here because I have a floating tremolo system and it's going to move. So I want to make sure and control that so I can stay accurate to the style of this player. And you're really pulling. And I think that'll really help you get in the ballpark, some of these bends that go beyond a whole step. Sticking to our scales in E minor or G major, there's a very simple but yet effective one we can do for alternate picking, and that's going to take this Mixolydian scale shape. And we're actually just going to double pick it. And go into a nice big bend like that. That'll work perfectly. into that real classic kind of sound. He would do that very often with some of his runs, just picking some of these scales 2 times. And you can work on that a million different ways. I've also heard this phrase as I was doing my homework, a pattern of 6 notes, where he'll descend. You know, I've done tons of alternate picking videos, and honestly, if you go to the website and take a look at some of those, you could throw any of those kinds of things into this context of, you know, afterthought, putting in those long, you know, pinch harmonics and the wide vibrato, and I guarantee you, you're going to be nailing some of the licks of this player. This picking pattern is still really effective and kind of fun. So let's check it out. If we're going into our descending 6s, that's a really cool pattern. And we can take that and we can get really cranked out wide distances with our pentatonic scale. So that's really cool. Now this next pattern we're going to talk about is totally this guitar player. I haven't seen anybody else do this, and I really like this a lot. It's going to take the pentatonic scale, and we're going to form 2 shapes of the E minor pentatonic up here. The second one looks like this. Right, so the pattern goes like this. It's really important. It has 2 downstrokes and then 1 upstroke. So we have pick, downstroke, pick, downstroke, pick, and upstroke. That was just moving it 1 fret one way and 1 fret the other way. But let's talk about this in some other places that we could do this. We could take this conceptually then in a pentatonic type format. Right, and then that's going to be pick, 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 and that's a pull off. The hardest part about that lick is just getting that 3rd finger to land afterwards to keep it really nice and even, you know. Within this pattern here, I can take off and try anything like this. So let's break these kind of ideas down. What I mean by that is, like, we start to play off of some of the notes here. Right, really individual like that. We can mix this into the mix, and that's going. That's another good one. And you can see that, you know, it's mixing all of these ideas together. It's mixing all these ideas together. And just having fun with what we can do in this position. Making the ugly face sometimes, which I'm totally guilty of doing, but we're just getting lost in the style of this player. So I think we have some good information. I think we have a lot here. Some good alternate picking, some nice approach to some wide vibrato, and more importantly, a really, really cool pattern that you can exploit everywhere on the guitar, pentatonically or in any of your scale shapes. So go to the website, everybody, nextlevelguitar.com, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.